We're back. We're orc fighting. Orcs are battling one another. Well, that's not ideal. Hold, men. Form up. Defend yourselves. Oh, that's a warrior. Is that a named shield? No, that's a regular shield. Where is that named lad? The champion guy. Okay, he's not on screen. Form up, gentlemen. Well, actually, I mean, my last name, Stobbie, is actually British. But of course, South Africans are a mix of English and Dutch. My family being predominantly English. Different buffer with the YouTube VODs, actually. So, tomorrow there will be the Inquisitor Martyr vids I filmed this morning, and then this is going to be episode 3. So this episode will be Wednesday. Donkey Kong, the run is going well. We are just now starting to approach the super late game. We could probably send one of our lads up to the ice cave. See if we can get that done. We've got a couple lads that just need a few more levels. But I still need to recruit and level up one more archer. But I might even skip the archer because I'm not going to want that archer for any of the really late game fights. Perk, thanks for following, you bloody peasant. Okay, we have a lot of gold to farm. I mean, the greatsword is okay against that armor. It's been a while since I've had a Warhammer user. You love a good Warhammer, lad. Shatra Tog. That's not ideal. I need my mace lad to be next to this orc warrior. It is indeed an orc civil war in this particular mission. But speaking of civil war, I need the regular late game civil war. That's going to make us a lot of money. 420 days, we haven't had a civil war yet. We've had, I think, 2 greenskin invasions, a religious civil war, a holy war. Yeah, we've had everything except the regular civil war, which is a pity because that's the most profitable one out of all the late game crises. Oof. I haven't actually seen the name champion. That's just a regular Shatratog. If that's a named axe, I don't really see us using it, honestly. You want to see witch hunters in Legends mod? Yeah, I keep meaning to play Legends mod, but I've been cooking up a peasant run that I want to do. But I think after this it'll be Legends. Why didn't I give him rotation, dumbass? I don't know, Wolfstar, I haven't played it yet. It's a hell of a brawl. Well struck. Form a line, gentlemen. Hold. Oof, I just took it. I love modding. I always think when developers are resistant to modding it shows a degree of short-sightedness and lack of understanding of what makes games great. Yeah, these two are like, just like patty cake, just look as though we're fighting. We'll get out of this alive. But speaking of mods, I kind of want to jump back into RimWorld again at some point. I think we completed our RimWorld run through. We actually made it off the planet. And Urtuk, I must dip back into Urtuk again. There's been some updates on Urtuk. Also, Subnautica Below Zero. I see they released a major content update, but I want to pick the right time to jump into that. That's such a cool game with such a nice story. The last thing I want to do with Subnautica is jump in at the wrong time. I had Banner Saga on my Steam. I loaded it and played like 10 minutes, and I thought, well, I should give it another try. From all accounts, it's right up my alley. Speaking of Banner, I want to give Bannerlord another try. So Bannerlord, I kind of feel the same as Subnautica now. I want to pick the right moment to dip back in. Aha! Ugrul. Why is it always a shield? Carrying a piece of trash. I want to dip back into Bannerlord once the perks have been put in and are working properly. And I want to be able to play as a bandit lord and not be tied to a city. Like I want to be able to camp out in the wilderness and make like a little, random bandit camp out in the wilderness. I don't know how they would do that though. Those two are still going at each other. Good, surround. Excellent. That's fine. If he's screaming, he's not attacking. I'm perfectly happy with that. Yeah, I'm sure it is still buggy. I also kind of hope they can fix the formations. Doing the Woodland Raider missions, the bases, is still too much of a hassle because the archer raiders are like so powerful, and like I can't even get my troops. Like I have to use a mod to specify which troops I use. You tell them all to put their shields out, and then they don't keep ranks. They don't like advance in rank. I mean, if I have decent melee fighting lads with shields, they should be able to advance towards archers with their shields up and not take as much damage as they do. Down you go, big boy. He's immune to getting knocked back, yeah. Why were they fighting? Who knows? All key reasons, no doubt. Maybe they just fancied a good punch up. Immune to stun, but not immune to dazed. Oh yeah, and earlier someone was asking me about overwhelm. I mean, obviously, the very best card control is stun, then disarm, then daze, then overwhelm. Well fought so far, men. Well, there's a lot more, you know, that's very much a summation. But of course, that's how I value them. I wouldn't expect anyone to agree. Besides, you're in Twitch chat, and Twitch chat is duty bound to disagree. Something's great, but of course, yeah, well. Well, I used this arm in the pre-season in this pre-rundown. I run him down. Again, I'll go back to what I say almost always when discussing perks and comparing them. It's so hard to make a statement about which perks are better than others. I would never say any one perk is objectively better than any other perk, with the exception of rotation, because that's the best perk in the game. But it's just perks are better than other perks, assuming you use them to work in terms of their strengths, that way. Another crap shield. Yeah, student in rotation. $4.29, that's a very good price. Yeah, me too, Wolfstar. I prefer disarm as well. Stun with a little caveat, obviously, and I can't believe it needs to be said, but the star is for the targets for which it works. It's better. Also, it goes back to what I always talk about. Hang on, ruins of Ironheart Keep, northwest of here. Let's go check it out. I lost my point now. What was I going to say? I don't know. My old smooth brain. Yeah, I agree, Wolfster. Indeed. Like, I mean, if you have an Orc Warlord who's going to use Mansplitter and you disarm him, you've completely stopped him. Assuming you land the disarm, it's guaranteed he's not going to split you in half. Whereas you could attack him 3-4 times, put 4 stacks of disarm. You've lowered his melee skill by like 40%. He can, and knowing my luck, still will hit you. So I was talking a little while ago about how I'm cooking up another peasant militia run through, and it's going to include 2 torturers, just because having guys who dedicate disarm is so good. You will see none of the top players run overwhelmed, tied to fatigue and initiative. Yeah, disarm, daze, stun. But then again, I mean, overwhelmed can be really good. What did they say? Ruins of Ironwatch Keep to the northwest. Let's just go clear out here. Some money to be made. I mean, you make a very good point. It doesn't work against any of the monsters. Okay, let's think about this. So some marksmen, a plethora of raiders, and a few leaders in a forest. I think I want to take this group of lads that I have, and Jumas, hopefully, keep himself safe just by breaking line of sight. And actually, I think I want the 2 shield breakers in, rather than the great sword lads. Can we fight this during the day? I think so. Get him. I kind of don't mind this. Let's see, 2 tier 2 crossbows. Not too bad. Another fighting spear. Awesome. Excellent. Honestly, I think we might be making too much of the what's the best CC discussion. Just use whichever one you find works best with your style of play. For me, it's stun and disarm. Good little dodge. I'm quite keen for our assassin lad, White, to be fully leveled. I'm quite keen to try the 2-handed mace into quick hands Cthulhu attack. And I kind of wish I could have made Jumas an assassin as well. If I can make a potion of forgetfulness, we can maybe we can retrain him. Well, for the big threats that stun doesn't work against, you have days. I recall a while ago I had a cultist run where the entire 9-man front line all used 2-handed maces, and it upped our survivability so much. I think Chosen can be stunned. I think so. But stun doesn't work against orcs. Doesn't work against dragons. What else can't you stun? Orcs and dragons, I think, is all that's immune. I think I might just destroy this guy's armor. I wouldn't mind that armor. Shrats, yep, Shrats, Lindworm, and orcs can't be stunned. Oh yes, that reminds me. This for me, it goes back to the point of analyzing perks. Perks have how powerful they are when they take effect and how often they take effect. The big example for me is 9 lives. It almost never has any effect whatsoever, but when it does, it's the biggest effect in the game, obviously, because it's the difference between life or death. And on the opposite end of the scale, you've got Gifted, which has the smallest effect. It's +3 chance to hit, +3 chance to not get hit, but so it's very low on effect, but it's very high on how often that effect takes place. Now I expect someone in chat to pop up. But that's the wrong way to look at it for XYZ reason. Bless you, chat. You're all the worst. Very big effect though, especially for very... Well, the way I like to look at it is it's a 3% hit differential on every single swing that you take throughout the entire campaign. That's the way, like in my head, I like to think of it. Hang on, I moved in the wrong way. Should have put him there. I'm too busy looking at chat. Gifted is great. And for me, when I have a brother who doesn't have great stats, who's just a body, I want to get the most out of them as quickly as possible. I think if you go on your first level up, fast adaptation, and then Gifted, then you've taken a goon, you know, a crappy brother, and made him able to like reasonably stand toe to toe with the raider as quickly as possible. I think like in this campaign, for a lot of my guys, my goon lads, and right in the beginning, I would actually level fast adaptation, Gifted, rotation, and then go back for student. Just because obviously student helps you accelerate, but in those first few battles, especially with the peasants, because you're splitting the XP 12 ways. Oof. You level up so slowly. It's taken me a little while to truly appreciate the tanks. But I feel like I do now. I get that, drop rotation, smoke bombs instead, but it's so dependent. You have to get the smoke bombs, you have to have them handy, you have to get the timing right. Rotation, it's not a sexy skill, but it keeps lads alive. And I do kind of wish I could justify Fancy Feet instead, because that has better offensive options, but... What I did tend to find when, on my frontline lads, when I was taking footwork over rotation, at the crucial moment, they then have to save themselves, and if someone needs to be saved, they're probably not going to have the fatigue to be able to use footwork. For my backline guys, for my shield breakers and my polearm guys, they also have bags and belts, yeah, because they need to carry utility. Oh, good for you, Andre. Again, back to style of play. I could probably do the same, but then also you're decreasing your margin of error so much. The real reason I like having rotation on almost everyone is that there's almost always someone in range who can help out. I mean, I long ago stopped playing Iron Man just because it's just such a bummer having to replace someone. It just takes so long. Oh, whoopsie! I thought it was Sparrowfall. And you see, I make mistakes all the time. So I need whatever perks I can to help me out. You know, when I saw the fortifications being announced, I thought, oh god, it's going to make it horrible. But in a lot of ways, it's actually made the fights easier. I haven't done a good job of it in this fight, but if I had more polearm or shield breaker lads, you can quite often attack their archers over the fortifications. And the choke points I feel like would be more of an issue if the enemy had more polearm lads, but a lot of the times it just means they funnel into your kill zone. I don't want to shoot, I want to shoot that nerd. So wait for Geralt to move. Oh, nice. But use exclamation mark BB mods. We'll give you a link to the Discord, and in the Battle Brothers channel of the Discord is a list of the mods. But from memory, I have the faster mod, I have the tryout mod, the glowing red eyes for battle frenzy, killing frenzy, and what else? At a certain point, I think I'm gonna put some dog command mods. Owie! Strong brothers, big damage, overwhelm, disarm, yeah. I mean, I've said for a while, and I stand by this, that there's a couple of different kinds of Battle Brothers players. There are the, well, frankly, better players who are just machines, like Filthy, and I think you might fit into that that sort of category. Whereas, it's like playing chess. If you just make the, you know, objectively best move every turn and don't make mistakes, then you can get away with not having rotation. But if you're a human, you know, like me, and you make mistakes, then fine. I agree with Wolfster, yeah. It's a testament to how good the game is. Nice. I kind of enjoy where I'm at with Battle Brothers. I could definitely play better, more carefully, and make less mistakes, but I play so much of it, it is so hard. I marvel at guys like Filthy who play for thousands of hours and just don't seem to make mistakes ever. It's so impressive. I'm reminded of an analogy to Dota again. Because the discussion we're having about perks, you could almost extend to like drafting in a MOBA. And if you look at the way OG play in Dota, their drafts a lot of times objectively terrible. Like during TI last year when, or was it year before, when they started playing core and carry IO, that just seemed brain dead, but they made it work, and that's kind of the point, you know? But I mean, it's just and then they just changed the way the game was played, and like, if you tell me now, don't take rotate or footwork on any of your bros, that just seems crazy to me. But that opinion is informed by all the thousands of hours that I've put into Battle Brothers, playing a certain way and seeing what works and what doesn't work. And then you start falling into, you know, like a mental trap, but like you have a set of expectations about what should or shouldn't work, so then you wouldn't even try it. And then that, you know, limits your creativity. So it takes a lot of bravery for someone to, you know, think, okay, maybe I can justify not having rotate. It's over. Well, why'd you say that? The diffusal on Gyro was, you know, in retrospect, genius. And I was playing Diatide yesterday as a drow, and I was up against the Medusa and a Bristleback, so I built Diffusal, and it fucking wrecked them. Wait, I don't need that. 58 is fine, I think. 85 is okay. 31 is good. 82 is not great, but then again, that is the life of a cultist player. Garbage lads. Just trying to make do with garbage lads. 59 is fine. This fatigue is shite. These plus ones always make me so sad. Such a bummer. Actually, no, I can't take plus one. That could be any regular old level up. Let's go fatigue. His resolve is fine. Gotta love cultists. Where's the other shield breaker? Just to compare against him. He's not going to need Colossus, so I think bags and belts for a certainty. Honestly, I think I can justify quick hands. Yeah, I'm with you, Andre, on that. Using of utility, especially in the early game. Like, I mean, if in the early game you can find nets for 50 gold, just buy whatever you can. I mean, very often being able to net, and like in the early game, if using a net on a raider when all your guys are level 2 and 3, and you can get your hands on some worn mail shirt, that means your guy is probably going from, you know, 50 armor to 110, and it's just such a big difference. Nets are cheap, grenades aren't that expensive. Well, now I know how to make grenades. And I mean, like, getting the sulfur for fire grenades is actually not that hard. What's up, Ruffle? Oh, yeah, dude. You know, the annoying thing is, Wolfster, I have the little Word document open here on the second screen. I just don't use it. So I'm so busy chatting to chat. I've misleveled like 4 out of my 12 lads because I'm just a dumbass. Don't make them buy them. Yeah, I suppose so. Quick hands, shield breaker rotation. Range skill. I might as well give him a stick or a dagger. Help with some armor farming. Appreciate it, Ruffle. Very much appreciate it. Could go fearsome. He's already got gifted. Adrenaline is good. I kind of want to go adrenaline. I love adrenaline on the shield breaker. "19 fatigue. He's recovering 17. Let's go adrenaline. Especially on a shield breaker. Break a shield, adrenaline, open target on the next turn. I kind of wish then I could have justified Raging Fury to take adrenaline. He doesn't have the hit points though. Well, I mean, actually the shitty thing is, I should have known that I didn't have to give him Colossus, because when he gets high enough Davkul devotion, he'll get plus 20 hit points. Oh well. Make that 5 misleveled, lads. I've also got a fearsome polearm Bannerman. I think he has 150 resolve, which is pretty good. Because fearsome doesn't feel like as immediately noticeable. Like the impact of it is a bit more subtle. So a lot of times I think you can underestimate the impact of Fearsome. And also Fearsome doesn't work on an entire enemy type. $30,000, 20 more to go. Well, I mean, it's funny you say that, like, Wolfster, we were trying out Fearsome in this playthrough, and overall, I found it to be okay. Oh, did I? Control price mace. Thanks for reminding me. Where is it? Two, three, four, five, six, seven. I don't think I want to be buying legendaries. Like, this is so typical. As soon as you start approaching having the money to buy a legendary, it starts throwing them at you. But no, let's just keep saving. Ruins of Ironheart. Here, we got that tip already. The Executioner also does nothing against a huge amount of enemies. The Undead, you can't injure. A lot of the other enemies are just so tough that you just effectively don't end up injuring them. Come on. Give me a nice tip. Ancient Ruins. I suppose we could try a Lindworm fight. I've got two decent tanks who can hold the front line. Problem is my dagger lads are going to struggle. They won't do a whole lot. But then we've got a lot of backline lads as well. Escort 2 days to the northeast. Arena. God, I haven't spent enough time in the arena. I need to get a bunch of my lads to actually get the arena perks. The thing is, I just really don't enjoy fighting in the south. I find fighting in the south, all the enemy types in the south, they're just dreary. They're just such a bummer to fight against. You get sand thrown in your face, you get rocks thrown at you. Don't even get me started on the snakes. Puke. Fucking hate the snakes. Travel safely, old man. Are these lads healed yet? Yes, they are. But I'm knowing my luck that contract I'm not going to be there anymore. Let's give this a try, shall we? Okay, so let's pick our lads. Dumas the mace lad. See, 29, 32, 40. Anko can definitely tank as well. 60, that's good. 55. I might just have the dagger lads whip from the back lines. I think I need at least 4 lads in the front line. Who's got the best defense here? 52. Surely we have another heater here somewhere. 49. Oh, wait. Okay, so... Yeah, that's true, Wolfstar. I've got over 2,200. I probably should have done a better job of paying attention, you know, actually learning. 32 melee defense. I think we put him on the front line. XX, Polom, X. Because these, I'm trying to remember, these ranged lads don't seem to do a whole lot. Against these Lindworm. The Goblin Poison I still want to give a try though. this is the setup that I want. Do we want to set them on fire? Is fire going to do anything against the Lindworm? Suppose it might. If I'm ever going to be using flash and fire, Lindworm is the time, I suppose. I'm still taking recover on almost everybody. Just because I love to be able to use all of the fancy abilities. Like my greatsword lads, I want to be able to use round, swing, and split. And worms. I mean, the way I look at recover is that I'm using recover every 3 or 4 turns, ideally more, but just to allow your guys to be able to use berserk and whatnot. But again, to go back to that cultist run through I had, where 6 of them is a lot. I'll give it a try. That run through where I had only 2-handed maces on the front line. They were all fatigue neutral, so I didn't take berserk on any of them. I didn't take recover, because they would all just get their attack off every turn. A lot of the fights took a lot longer because you don't get to attack twice. Ooh, we've got some Nachtje helping us. I would put that in the same bucket as it's. You can make the argument that, you know, not taking it is better than taking it, but if your playstyle has you take it, like mine, then just keep doing it. At the end of the day, we can sit here and discuss perk leveling till the cows come home, but I know the way that I enjoy playing, and that's how I'm going to play. This kind of reminds me of like min-maxing in some RPGs and whatnot. I never really enjoyed that. It's probably myself, you know, putting up a false comparison in my head, but to me something is lost from the game when you just like seeing the matrix and just looking at it in terms of pure numbers and whatnot. The philosophy for me in my builds is always, what do I think would be cool, what would be fun? And then I'll adjust that when I see something that I think might be cool or fun isn't working. I mean, the stuff's got to still be, you know, it's got to be effective still, so. God, I've misleveled so many of my lads. I didn't even fucking take a rotation on Mazuma. And look, Board Warlock, I mean, Filthy's probably easily the biggest Battle Brothers streamer. Like, I've watched his stream a bit. And maybe it's because I play so much Battle Brothers. I couldn't watch it for long. It's incredibly impressive. I love how his mind works. But mine does not work like that. To my detriment a lot of times as well. Again, same thing with Dota. Like, one of the big things with Dota is like, when it comes to the draft, I'll be like, what hero do I feel like playing? And I'll pick that hero, rather than which one perfectly counters the enemy and my team. And that way is an objectively better way to draft and to play, but I don't always do it. Well, Board Warlock, I mean, for the vast majority of people who watch Battle Brothers, it is entertaining to watch. I mean, he gets like over 1,000 viewers, so, you know, doing something right. But then it's a personality thing. Like, again, to go back to Dota, I don't watch any pros stream Dota. I'd maybe watch Sing Sing, but he's got such a cool personality. Like if I'm gonna watch people play Dota, I'll watch Pyrian Flax because it's entertaining. He's a good guy. But I mean, to watch someone play perfectly in a way that I'm never gonna be, it's just like, doesn't hold any attraction for me. I'd agree, Andre. Yeah, he's very good at teaching new players. Hell yeah. Okay, tanks forward. Whoopsie, into the turn by mistake there. Like, I feel like a lot of times my muscle memory in ending a player's turn is getting me into trouble. Nachtiers are wrecking house. Sorry, the Lindworms are wrecking house. Just hope the Nachtiers can keep them busy just for long enough to kill one or two of these things. I agree with that 0 stamina build, agreed, brilliant. Genius. And I would never have thought of that. It's so smart. Actually, I've put this, see, shit like this. Putting Raging Fury in contact with both of these heads is idiotic. I shouldn't have done that. Agreed, Wolfster. Whoopsie, not dog. Shield up. I would agree. The game is nicely balanced. Yeah, they're a tiny studio. They're like 3 or 4 guys, aren't they? Super impressive. Nice. Reap them with your reaping equipment. Golden armored guy without a weapon. Only the tanks don't have weapons here. Yeah, Anko. Like, I mean, these guys are only carrying those swords because those swords just weigh 2 fatigue. But like, I don't want them to actually attack at all, because all they're going to do is get acid on themselves. Like, I want Stobbie to attack now, but then he can get bitten by this thing. But 125 hit points. Nimble. He can eat the hit. Dang it. Yeah, boy. Fucking Anko keeps getting hit even though he's got a shield and he's holding it up. At least he ducked that one. Anko has 80 melee defense, and he's been hit 3 times. Kennelly, odd and different builds. I wish I could say I had time, but I mean I work full time. Barely have the time and energy to stream. If I want to watch someone else, I'll watch Prey and Flax. That's pretty much it. Are these fuckers gonna act before my injured lads now? It's just so hard to fight these things. I should actually check what the percentage chances are to hit Anko, because I mean, he had 18 melee defense and he's been hit 3 out of 4 times that he's been attacked, which I would like to think is pretty low chance. Pretty unlucky. It's Lindworm. Lindworm uses Tail Slam. It's Anko. 26% rolled a 13. I think he's 1 hit away from dying here. And these days, when one of my guys die, I just get fed up and don't want to play the game for a bit. And look at that. Hits Mizuma. Gorge misses Mizuma. Hits Mizuma. Misses Lindworm. Hits Anko. 28. Rolled a 6. He's been hit 4 out of 5 times, all around the 20% hit chance. Well, confident or not, it's about a 20% hit chance, and he's been hit 4 out of 5 times. Ugh. I don't know, man. Lindworms, 6 of them is a fucking lot, though. No, I have to listen to all the comments. Yeah, you should have done this, you should have done that. It's so easy. Just put a tank. Just do this. Just use polearms. Yeah. Do it next time.